Greetings, everyone. Hey, how you doing? It's Matt Sella. Today, we are doing a spoiler talk review for The Owl House Season 1, Episode 9, titled Something Ventured, Someone Framed. I'm joined here via remote satellite, and probably for good reason for his own safety. It's Mark. How you doing out there, Mark?
Matt, it's just a good time to kick back and watch some cartoons. Good times by all.
Absolutely. If you know what's going on in the world, there's plenty of things to watch, including this new episode of The Owl House.
Including us talking about this new episode of The Owl House. Watch it. Watch it now. Are you watching it? You must be if you're listening to me.
YouTube is none other than your best friend right now. Anywho, so what's the general synopsis for this episode? Well, when Gus sneaks loose into Hexside School to present at the Human Appreciation Society, Luce sees a side of the school she didn't expect, including some rivalry and some disturbing punishment methods. And that's generally the synopsis for this episode. Mark, my dear friend, what are some of your takeaways from this episode?
Well, Matt, got some more good stuff with Ida here in her past. First of all, we learn her name, or well, her last name, I should say, Clawthorn.
Whoa.
Get it? Because she's an owl lady.
Woo-hoo.
It works.
Ooh, too hard.
Also, apparently she used to be a ginger.
I know. I thought that was hilarious because I was looking at the photos and I thought that was just part of the post-credit. I didn't have time to read them because I want to sync up with you to do the record. I love the fact that she had like yellowish red hair.
Yeah, I liked it. Aesthetically, I think it fits her. I don't know. That was just a really fun thing for me. That has no real bearing, at least yet, on the episode that we know of.
It does make me wonder, though, do you think Lilith had the same color hair, or do you think it might have been like contrasting blue or purple?
Maybe contrasting, but at the same time, if you were to tell me like her hair turned a different color because she, became a conformist and all this stuff and, fell in line, I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, man, I think they were just old.
That's true.
So I don't know. I mean, was Ida like pure white when she was? I don't think she was. I think she had like pale pink skin.
I think so. Curses are weird.
I know. Before we get into your takeaways, actually, we also learned the fact that these are not elves, but witchlings.
Yes, that was actually a big reveal.
I mean, it's not like a big reveal. It could just be like a youngling thing, like in Star Wars, but witchlings. So I was like, okay, I guess that's their own standalone species. At least the humanoids with the pointy ears.
Yes.
Anyway, go on.
We also, Matt, have a political challenge in this episode. Intrigue abound. The Human Appreciation Society has a new member named Matt Holomew. I will never be able to say that properly.
Yeah, try saying that 3 times as fast.
Matt Holomew. Boom. Oh, this is a real Beetlejuice situation. I'm going to have to deal with this later. But anyway, he's gunning for Gus's position. And it turns out actually gives us a really good bit of stuff with Gus, a character I think, we've kind of wanted to, have a little more going on in his life.
I agree. Because I remember I was telling you before that we got a lot of focus, obviously, on Luce, because she's the main character, but also a lot on Amity and a bit on Willow. But Gus has always been kind of like the third wheel in mostly everything. So it was kind of nice to finally have an episode focusing on him. Kind of like we got a bit of his backstory, explain why he's so short. It's because he skipped a few grades. He's very smart, but I guess, and I don't know how you feel about this, Mark, but part of his excuse is that he never wanted to leave people behind. He always wanted to be useful to them, but that kind of led him down this slightly dark path. Even though he puts on this innocent kind of guilt persona the whole time, that kind of caused him to go down this path of like, oh, I lied to Luce and I feel bad about it.
Yeah. So what was the question in that?
I know. I don't remember. I had a brain fart, folks.
At some point there was a question. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there was a question, but I'm kind of farting on it right now. Anyway, no, I'm agreeing with you right now, saying I'm glad we got a Gus-focused episode to kind of give him more of a backstory about what's his deal and why he's so smart, even though he's so little.
Right. But Matt, you had some very uncomfortable moments with a little bit of detention in this episode, eh?
Oh my goodness, yes. It brought back horrible memories. But in all seriousness, folks, I remember the whole premise behind the show is to kind of show the weird side of everything. And I kind of thought to myself, you could have pushed the envelope. It's not as weird as I thought it could have been. And then we saw that Bat Queen thing, which I'm like, yes, give me more of that. And then in detention, we have a Sarlacc pit, which puts you in a cocoon. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's kind of whatever. But then these caterpillar worm things come out that trap you. And I was looking at their faces. I was like, if you made like a hyper-realistic render of that thing with the sharp glowing circular eyes, that's terrifying. That's some rake shit right there.
Absolutely.
So good on them if they're trying to create something creepy. That was beyond creepy in my mind. I was like, I don't want to look at that anymore. I mean, I don't know what were your opinions though, like after like the principal came in to kind of like subdue them and then they just kind of had the goofy cartoon eyes.
I still was very uncomfortable. It's the fact that they had them in the first place.
Yeah.
I know they're there, waiting, watching.
Oh, and one last funny positive thing I could say. I mean, I don't really have any negatives for this episode. One thing that did surprisingly make me laugh was after Gus decided to take the punishment instead of Luce being foreverly banned. The principal's like, all right, well, since you're so honest, I'm going to take away your president title. And then the rival guy, who I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce his name, so it's like, so does that make me president? And the principal's like, huh, impressive, you're still alive. Yeah, I guess it does. And he throws a crown at him. I don't know why. That just made me laugh so hard.
It's the nonchalantness of it.
Because he was like, whoa, you're still alive. Yeah, I guess you are. And then the crown makes a metal noise, which I thought was made of paper. So maybe that's why it threw me off.
You know what? That's probably fair.
But overall, I definitely agree with some of your points. I don't think this episode was fillery at all. We got a lot of backstory. We are progressing Luce's story into becoming a witch. And Ida, after kind of reflecting on all this, definitely thinks that she could learn a lot more here. But my question for you, Marc, is, and I do have a question here, now that Luce is going to be enrolling in Hexside School, because she's going to learn so much from this school, do you think later on we're going to get some tension between what Luce has learned versus what Ida believes is the right approach to being a free-range witch?
I think that's pretty much a guaranteed. Like, it's not even really funny at this point. I'm kind of actually surprised they really were still going with the whole we're going to join the school bit to begin with. But yeah, no, this is definitely going to be a source of conflict down the road, I think.
And I think that'll do it for our semi or pretty much spoiler talk review for The Owl House, Season 1, Episode 9, Something Ventured, Someone Framed. You heard our opinions, but now we want to hear yours. Let us know in the comment section below. Did you enjoy this episode of The Owl House? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Share your thoughts. Join the conversation. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff with ringing the bell to be notified when new videos drop. And if you want to support me directly, please go to my Patreon, or to do a one-time donation, go to my Streamlabs. Links are in the description below. This is Matt Sella.
This is Marc.
Thanking you all for tuning in.